Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today I am going to do just a quick little video kind of telling you all how we're doing. Just kind of checking in with everybody. I'm downstairs today. I just didn't feel like sitting at my YouTube place where I usually film. I just thought I'm just going to sit downstairs and with the natural light coming in, we'll see how it goes. So that's what I'm doing today. So Doug and I are hanging in there. What I finally decided I had to do was to kind of put myself on a schedule. I had gotten pretty lethargic at first and thought, well, I don't have to do that right now. But then I finally realized I've got to put myself on a schedule, get my office work done, try not to worry. You know, I'm worried about my kids and their jobs, or they're not able to do their jobs, and Doug and I really aren't able to do our jobs, and so it's hard. But, you know, we're hanging in there just like everybody else is. I think everybody's just got hanging on to the end of the rope, tying a note in it and just swinging along. And so many people have it so hard. And, you know, I worry and pray about the people, the medical people, everybody that is having to get out and do the necessities for everybody else and take care of everybody else in the emergency services. So, you know, my thoughts or prayers are with them, and as everybody should be. So I'm going to kind of talk about a few things that we've been doing, just kind of to, you know, get through this. So one of the first things that I have done, and a lot of this I have shared on Instagram, but I thought I'd talk about it here, is I think it's a good time to discover an author maybe. Mine has always been in times of trouble, so like the song Let It Be, but has always been Agatha Christie. It just always takes me through divorce or illness or financial worries or anything. Agatha Christie's books have always taken me through difficult times, taking my mind off, just getting immersed in a little English village, either with Poirot or Miss Marple. Just has really meant a lot to me over the years, and so I have turned again to Agatha Christie. If you're so inclined to discover and want to start with your first Poirot book, I would do The Mysterious Affair at Styles. Wonderful book, and it introduces you to one of her main detectives, is Poirot, and the other one is Miss Marple. So that is a good way to start discovering Agatha Christie. Well, I just found out something. I'm so excited. Thank you to Ellen. She just told me there is a podcaster named Phoebe, and she has a podcast called Criminal, where her newest podcast is, she's called A Mystery a Day. I think that's the name of it. Well, she is reading The Mysterious Affair at Styles. I'm so excited. I'm going to do a swipe up of her podcast so we can start all over and we can hear her read this book. I am really excited. I thought, if somebody doesn't read this book, I'm going to, and it's going to sound like this. It's going to sound like, so Hercule Poirot, well, he went over yonder, and then he saw where the murder weapon was, and that woman was naked. Now, she was. Now, that's the way I would read it, see? So, somebody good's reading it. The next thing that I have done is I have gone to artsandculture.google.com. And they've got the most fascinating things on their virtual tours. We cannot travel anywhere right now. Everything's at a standstill, but you can always travel and discover things through a virtual tour. On the artsandculture.google.com, yesterday I took a tour of Clarence House, which is the residence of Prince Charles and Camilla. And that was so interesting because you could really, really see things, the carpets, the drapes. I mean, I just love old houses, and so I could see the architecture and the furnishings and so many personal things that I wouldn't have ever thought that I would have gotten to see. You can also, through this site, you can look at famous paintings up really close, see the brushstrokes of, say, a Van Gogh or a Degas. And so that's fascinating. They have virtual tours of museums. Of course, we can't go to a museum right now, but they have virtual tours. And so it would be a good time to maybe go through an art museum or a natural history museum, and just discover things that you normally wouldn't think about doing, which now maybe you can think about doing. But if there's something that you've always wanted to visit, you might be surprised. There might be a virtual tour. So if there's a house, a famous house you wanted to go through, or anything, I would Google the name of it, whatever you're interested in, and then after a virtual tour. And I bet you may be surprised that there's a virtual tour of something that you've always wanted to go see. The Eiffel Tower, or just anything out there, there is a bit of a way to see it now. So I think a virtual tour is a wonderful tool to have right now. On Instagram, on her Instagram stories, I have been watching Jennifer Ill in I believe it was the 1995 version of Pride and Prejudice. She was Elizabeth Bennet, and just with Colin Firth, she just did a wonderful job. Well, she's on her Instagram taking chapters and reading it on Instagram Lives. That voice, the way she reads it, it is heaven. So if you're an Austen fan, you will thoroughly enjoy listening, and I will link it down below. You will thoroughly enjoy hearing her read Pride and Prejudice. It's just been such a joy to see this wonderful actress read this book. The next one is National Theatre at Home. It is nationaltheatre.org.uk, and they are, since you can't go to plays in the UK, they are streaming, doing plays that you can see online. And it says, enjoy world-class theater online while we're closed. So that is just such a good way to be able to see a play right now. Okay, we have been watching a lot of TV at night. We try not to watch it so much during the daytime. We try to keep, a little bit on our schedule and do the things that we need to do to get done around here. But at night, we've been thinking about TV and watching TV more, and sharing shows that we've been watching. One of them has been The Tunnel. We've been taking a break from it now. We've actually been watching instead Joan Hickson as Miss Marple, Agatha Christie, because I've gotten so into Agatha Christie again for right now. But if y'all are so inclined, I would love it. I've asked a few people what their favorite series and or episode is of all time. What is that one? Is there one episode that is just such a classic, or one series that is just such a classic that it stands the test of time? It may be one or the other or both. I asked my daughter-in-law, she said hers was The Office. I asked my son-in-law, his was Breaking Bad. So I thought that sometime I would do an Instagram Live and maybe discuss what our favorite episodes are, what our favorite TV shows are, why they are, what's good about them. Are they comedies? Are they dramas? Did they start out slow? What makes them so good? Are they still relevant today? So I kind of want to do an Instagram story, an Instagram Live on that. And if I can get my nerve up, I get kind of nervous doing it. Tomorrow I'm doing an Instagram Live with Mary Glitzy Fritzy. We have gotten some questions that we're going to talk about on a live tomorrow on Instagram for that. Later on in the week on YouTube, Kristen321 and I are going to do our car chat. I think we're going to do it virtually. I think she's going to try to sit in her car, and I'll try to sit in my car, and we'll kind of do it at the same time, like pretend like we're in the same car. But that might be kind of fun. But I just had this urge to talk about TV shows in the classic series. I really enjoy episodes in series of TV shows that are classics, and I'm always curious why it's their favorites and what makes it so good, and which episodes are classics to watch and that you must tune into. That's always so fascinating to me. So maybe sometime on Instagram we can have a discussion of that. But if you're so inclined, if you would list your favorite either episodes or TV series, then I just think that would be interesting for the rest of us to see and be able to give us good ideas of things to watch too, because some of us are watching a lot of TV right now. So Okay, that is it. That's just kind of a little brief thing what's going on with Doug and me. And y'all take care, especially those who's on the front lines right now and working so hard to keep the rest of us healthy and safe. We appreciate it, and we all pray for you. And I just hope all of us will be really the safest that we can, and take real good care of ourselves. Talk to you all later, and thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.